What is up, everyone? You know who I am. I'm the Comic Outlaw, yeah, aka Jack Slater himself. Ah, man, I just love a good weapon. It's almost as tasty as a full glass, the right kind of liqueur. So, what's up out there in the Outlaw Nation, huh? What's going on? You know, your boy always has something for you. Another classic shot of horror. You know, since everyone's doing these uptight, serious horror movies now where there has to be a story and there has to be a plot and there has to be a Satan. There has to be something like that. It has to go 2 hours and have minimal jump scares and a shitload of story. Uh, I mean, they're okay, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just want to cut loose and have some fun. And my recommendation is cutting loose with a classic 80s movie, such as Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, you're probably wondering, and maybe some of you aren't, why I would know anything about Killer Clowns. This little gem came out around 1988, and this is a time where horror movies were kind of doing both funny and violent at the same time. The genres were kind of crossing over, and then plus there's new companies like Full Moon. Well, they're not new anymore, but they're making a lot of independent movies like Doll Man. I actually did cover Doll Man versus Demonic Toys on another one, Puppet Master. But this is from a completely different company, but it's kind of like in the spirit of that. Now, this story is basically just simple, simple, simple. It's about a guy and a girl. They go out. All right, spoilers. Everyone, plug your ears. La 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 la. Spoilers. I'm only saying it fucking once. And all right, they go out. They're about to. And these two idiots in an ice cream truck show up with a big clown head. And you're probably wondering why the fuck I'm bringing this up, but it's pivotal later. Anyways, everyone's all up there, and there's a big red light that shines down and crashes into the hills. But instead of a big crater, they find out that it's a big circus tent. That's right, a circus tent. These clowns are aliens. And man, they didn't come to spread peace or to tell you they need to go home. They came here to harvest, to eat, to sustain themselves from the blood of mankind. And these clowns are just really hard. Check it out. Check out the back. This is the deluxe version right here. So these clowns set forth and they begin capturing people with like cotton candy guns. They do all kinds of cool cartoon deaths. I mean, this one clown literally punches this guy's head off, lands in the trash can, goes bing bing. Now you have to remember that back in the 80s, this wasn't all the way done yet. This was before everybody in the world started doing this. And the Killer Clowns are one of those forefront ones. And the costumes are just off the chain. You gotta love the costumes. They're just really cool. The soundtrack that came with it, that dun, 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 all awesome. I mean, this has a lot of different things. It's actually worth watching if you get a chance to. Um, See if I could find the company that did it. Ooh, but it is from the Chito brothers. They do a lot of different stuff. But this is very interesting. Even like today, there's the band that does this Killer Clown song is actually still touring and does horror fest. You can meet the artists, the people about. You see these horror fests. I've always wanted to go to one. They're actually really cool. You get to meet all these classic actors, all this stuff, and the clowns in this are just really cool. It's really different. If you want something like different, like with just off the chain stuff. I mean, I swear to God, their leader is a giant clown puppet that attacks at the end. I mean, there's so many good things about horror that doesn't take itself so seriously. I mean, I understand. I like movies that have a revenge story or classic ones like a Spit on My Grave or stuff like that where there's more seriousness note to it, like these people deserve to die. And that's cool, you know what I mean? But I do love me that classic horror. And so this is just something about clowns coming down from another planet, cocooning people up in cotton candy, sticking them on their ship that's actually ran by a popcorn machine, and literally sticking straws in them and draining their blood like if they were taking a drink of soda. And they got all kinds of other little gizmos too that kind of fit in with the circus. So the clowns, people like have this thing about clowns. Like there was these idiots back in the day that were doing these dressing up like clowns and charging at people. That shit would have never worked in my neighborhood. We would have monkey stomped him right away. Clown suit and all. But like I said before, if you want just a fun time movie, if you want a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, it's just fun to see, fun kills. Yes, there is such a thing as fun kills because they're just funny as fuck to watch. Good rhythm to it. The guy that plays the cop, he's an old school actor. And man, he just plays a douche to the nines. The main cop guy kind of steals the show here and there because he's just such a doucher. It's amazing. Kind of like the governor or the mayor from Jaws. And the characters too are really cool. They have a lot of different stuff that this movie has going for it. It was kind of one of those movies that was a perfect storm of new actors, effects people, story, producers, directors, you know what I mean? And it just kind of formed into this giant circus of a movie. And here, just so you can check it out again, check it out. The back. I try to get the ones with all the special effects and stuff like that. Like I said, the featurettes, the making is pretty good. You get to see like how they made the makeup. And once you see this movie, you'll understand why I keep talking about the clown suits, because the clown suits look freaking wicked for the time. Really cool. A lot of personality to it. And there's just a lot of different stuff. The score, the behind the effects. They actually talk with the band that actually does that song, the Killer Clown song. And it's really fun to listen to. It has that dun 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 dun, dun and then vroom. So, everyone out there, this is my horror movie recommendation. Good old Killer Clowns. If you just want something to take up some time, have a good adventure with, chill out, and just watch some chaos unfold, I highly recommend this 80s movie. I've tried not to spoil everything. I've tried not to spoil what happens because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the short time there. They go on a big hunting spree in town, and wow, that was worth seeing. This movie is highly, highly worth watching if you just want to have a good time. And isn't that what we want? I mean, like in horror movies, yes, it's good to be scared. Yes, it's good to get a message. But just sometimes isn't it good just to kick back, have a little bit of popcorn, a soda, and just enjoy something without having to sit there like, oh my god, I went to the bathroom. I just lost the plot of this story. Yeah, me neither. And you know who I am. I'm Jack Slater, the Comic Outlaw, doing a little review on Killer Clowns. Because I want you guys to see these movies. I mean, there's some people out there that, this 80s generation is starting to skip them the way the 60s and 70s skipped other people. Or the way the classic monster movies like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Invisible Man, Wolfman, how those movies started to skip a generation too. And I probably will be doing a review on a couple of those classic ones. I mean, I already got one on The Invisible Man. Check out my Funko section or the horror section, and I give a little bit of a talk on the Invisible Man movie. But yes, Killer Clowns. So watch the movie, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, because just like the clowns, I don't get my subscriptions. I might be heading to your town. And then when I set up my big tent and introduce you to the big top, I guarantee you someone's head is definitely gonna drop. I'm the Comic Outlaw, and I'll catch you on the flip side.